hopefully. Oh, why are you not showing up? Oh, it might be because of blah. Let's see.
There's always something.
It's always something. Hang on a second.
Except when it's not, and then we say, "There we are."
Yeah. There it is. Oh. No? Why is that not working? It's because I got this different sound card. There you are. There you are. Okay.
There I am. Your screen cap stuff got mixed around.
Yeah, because of different monitors and stuff like that.
Look, I'm
there we aren't. That's right.
I'm wearing my Still Loading podcast T-shirt that has Captain N characters on it, including prominently in the background Mother Brain.
It's funny that you have a Still Loading podcast T-shirt on, because I have a Retro Hangover podcast T-shirt on.
How about that?
So a little unintended synergy going on here.
Yeah. Well, you know, I have to confess, y'all. I have to confess, like, me and my parents don't really make a big deal out of Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Yeah.
And until Coury was like musing about what to play today, and he suggested EarthBound, and I'm like, why? I don't get it. It's like, because it's Mother's Day. I like, it was literally not even a glimmer on my mind.
Oh, gee. So you just you make a phone call then?
We never do anything special for it. I mean, you know, me and my parents are in contact all the time, you know? We don't.
Yeah.
It's just, we just have never made a big deal. Just never made a big deal out of it, you know? I think mostly because, like, if you want to like go out and celebrate, like, it's a day where everyone else is out and celebrating, and it's just annoying, right?
Yeah. I mean, we just,
yeah, I didn't even think of it. But when you told me, that was what I hadn't gotten in the shower yet. So that was, I was looking at clothes, but I'm like, oh, well, I'll wear my Mother Brain shirt.
Whoops! I didn't realize that. Excuse me, that I went straight to the game screen. I have to say that, like, although I do own the cartridge of this, I felt like I just got to play it on the Mister tonight. So I've only played through EarthBound one time, and I think I went into a little bit last week when I mentioned that I played it when after I had like a cyst removed. And I was like kind of like hopped up on whatever painkillers at the time. So I remember it's not a super easy game. It looks it's surprisingly tough at times.
I actually got to the final boss and like didn't beat him for years.
Really? Yeah, I could see that.
Well, because it's also like a little bit obscure, like what you need to do.
Yeah,
you don't just fight them, right? So
right.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to replay this game because
same here. I mean,
I feel real. At the time like I didn't really like have maybe the right perspective on it, because like this game like means something to so many people.
Right.
And like at the time I played it, like I kind of thought of it more as just like almost an RPG parody. I thought like, oh, it's like Dragon Warrior, but in modern day life.
Yes.
And I just thought haha, that's funny. Right. And like, but like this game is just like deeply meaningful to like so many people. And I didn't have that perspective on it. And so I'd like to replay it, like knowing just like how passionate people are about this, right?
Yes.
Because I liked it, but I pretty much took it at surface level, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. But in the desire to kind of make it a little bit further, I decided to play it on the Mister, and then maybe we can enable some cheats to.
I don't know if I've ever like really tried cheats on the Mister.
It's
tend to work.
It's pretty easy to do. I mean, just choose it from the thing here, and I was going through. I don't know what a lot of this stuff means.
The game or.
But I mean, you can say, level 99 after one battle. I mean, we can just go to level 99 after one battle, right?
I mean, that might almost be a little too much, but you do what you want to do.
Or we could just like do the max HP or max MP. We could like turn off all random battles. There's a lot of stuff here. Start with a level 9 character.
Are there random battles?
How about start with a level 15 character?
That sounds fun.
Yeah, how about we can start with a level 255 character? Or like a level...
Is this? I feel like this might be one of those games where like it like loops back to level 1 if you like
maybe.
Or something.
So we can do level 15 or we can do level 50. Should we just do like level
I like level 15. Like that makes it easier. Like you can be very casual, but
yes.
Like it's not potentially some battles might not be over.
This one says you can start with an insanely strong character. Just in case that you wanted to know like how strong they are. They're just insanely strong.
That's how we measure it.
Starts at level 65, 65,535.
So some of these might be pulling your leg.
I don't know. Okay, so we'll just do that. We'll just do those.
Now,
those
do you have to reboot the game or
no? I think you can just turn it on and off. So, as far as I know, it should be good. And we do want to. We have to turn them all on. I feel like the game would absolutely crash at that point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. I can turn on the game audio here. I feel like people like the music and stuff. So okay, so what do you want? I gotta tell you, I used to just like not like strawberry flavored stuff. But Grater's has this strawberry chip ice cream that's like a limited time deal that's only like during the spring. And it's like it's become my favorite ice cream. And it's totally turned me around on strawberry. What's that?
I liked the peanut frame.
The old peanut. I'm gonna do strawberry. Sorry. Okay, so so we're doing the weird name. We're changing the names.
We're shifting one letter in everyone's name.
Okay, so it's I feel like it's definitely got to be mess.
Mess for sure. Mess. Yes. I can't think of what else it could be.
Okay, and her name's Paula, right?
Yeah. So for those who don't know the rule, when we do RPG streams, we have to shift one letter in the character's name to one letter that is to the left or right.
Right. So Paula's got to be either Awala or Koala.
Koala?
Isn't it Q? It would be, yeah, Q.
I mean, that's kind of funny.
L-A, Koala. All right. What's I don't remember his name.
Jeff.
Kef or F? Yef?
or Juf. It's just Juf. J-F-F-F.
Oh yeah,
J4F.
Yeah.
Or it could be Jeg. Or it could be G. It could be G or
Okay. So it's only the first letter we change, right? Or is it any letter that has to be changed?
You can change any letter. You can change any letter. So it could be JFFF.
I see.
Or JEEE. If there's a doubled up letter, then both instances of that letter change.
Okay, so I want to call him Jeg. Which
Sure.
his full name is actually Jeggings.
Okay.
You know what jeggings are?
No.
They are leggings that are like have a jean kind of print on them, like they're jean style leggings.
Okay.
Someone's saying we should call Pooh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Or
Navy
we could
SEALs.
do. We could do.
How about no? I want to kind of call him Poop, like just because it's like busting it, but
I mean, it wouldn't be by the rules.
It wouldn't.
But I kind of like new. Yeah, I mean, no could be funny, or ooh, either one could be funny.
I think that I'm gonna go ooh. How about we do this? We go ooh with an exclamation point. Yeah,
Sure. I mean, this is the one and only time we're going to even see this name.
yeah,
because
it's right here.
Yeah, he's pretty far into the game.
Okay, so the dog's name is Boney, right?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember.
Isn't it Boney, or is that the third one?
I don't know. I totally forgot this was even
Or does it matter?
a character that you can name.
Oh, if it's Boney, we can call him Coney. Dingus Square's got it, Coney.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I do like that. Oh, Mr. Dot says King. King sounds familiar.
Okay, Boney is 3. This is King. Okay.
Okay. So
Jing. Things that make you go, ooh. Ooh.
King.
Too bad we can't call him Bing.
King.
Ned Ryerson? Bing.
Keog.
Keon?
I like Keog.
Kind of named the dog Nelly,
K-I-O-G.
because it's like we're not going to see. I feel like the King is that like the official name is King? How about Kingus Galert?
I mean,
Kingus?
why don't you name the dog the most recent ridiculous thing you have called Nelly?
Okay. I don't keep a running list. I don't know. Like
what was?
It's King doesn't work because that's like or Kink doesn't work. That would be very funny though. I don't have like a running list. Let's see.
I feel like I was calling Sandy something funny the other week. What? I'm drawing a blank on what it was. Oh shoot! What was it? I thought it was very funny.
I mean, I could do Kimg. Kimg.
I like Keog.
Keog.
I think Keog is better.
You know, I'm gonna name the dog Nelly. I'm gonna because that's just
This is gonna got. Well, you know what? I mean,
it fits. It's exactly the right amount.
When you did Chrono Trigger,
favorite homemade food. How about beans?
Sure.
All in caps. What is your favorite thing? How about the chat?
But sure.
All right. We're off.
Coolest thing is the chat. Wow, y'all.
So cool.
There was a notification that Legendary K4's been a member for 27 months in a row.
Jeez.
Thank you. Saying, been a while since I've been able to catch a stream. Work's been busy. However, I grabbed a Commodore 1702 monitor today that was recapped and serviced. Those things look awesome. If you've tried composite video on it, or if you've not tried composite video on it yet, like I feel like on a Commodore monitor is like the best I've ever seen composite video look. It just looks kind of crazy good.
Mess's house. What a mess.
House.
So I might need some advice of where to go here and there because, you know, like it's been a while.
Isn't like your first major task to like beat up some guy in like the arcade, I think? Check if you're actually level 15. If you can even access that in the menu yet.
No, there's
We've got 30 HP. That doesn't seem like a lot.
Yes, that's level 15.
What if you're level 15 with like absolutely no benefit?
With no benefits, then we'll
like your levels look kind of low. Look, it said like 10,000 experience to the next level, but it looked like your stats were. I'm kind of worried, actually.
That's okay. Well, I mean, I think you can enable the stuff.
Well, I guess if you could turn on another cheat that like fixes it, then I guess that's fine. But I think you're level 15 with level 15 worth of experience to the level 16, but with no stat benefits.
Well, let's see. with no stat cool, boosts, very possibly. $10,000 the next. Yeah, my offense. Let's see what happens when I get into a battle here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Man, do you remember seeing the big box for this game in the store back in the day?
Yeah, but you know, I remember having no interest in it because I mean, at the time, like it looks pretty crappy. I mean, it does not look like the kind of game that like I wanted at the time. Even though like I loved RPGs, it just at the time was like, man, that doesn't look very good.
I mean, it's kind of got an art style that's a little more reminiscent of earlier Super Nintendo, which was lots of like large swaths of flat color with like bold outlines.
Yeah.
And that later Super Nintendo games didn't really look like that. Although I think you would have actually gotten a lot out of it at the time just because you were so familiar with RPGs. And I just think seeing one like take place in a kind of modern day world would have been, I think you would have been pretty amused by it.
Yes,
if you
100%. I mean, I would have liked it if I had gotten it, but you know, it is not a game that screenshots would sell.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I get in here? Or do I gotta sneak up there?
I mean, I assume I don't know like how established at this time either like Nintendo Treehouse was, you know? Like what did they do the localization for this?
I don't know. How do I get rid of them here? Do I use like the... No.
I mean, the officer told you to go home.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Sensible says go home.
Okay.
Does seem like a sensible thing to do.
A little too sensible.
Yeah, I got this. You know, I always like to say, I mean, not to brag or anything, but just to reminisce about like how good we had it back in the day with Funko Land. I got this in probably, I don't know, probably 2001, give or take a year, at Funko Land, and it was $35. I just like went in, asked if they had it, and they're like, "Yeah, it's $35." I'm like, "Okay, I'll buy it." I mean, it was that easy. Just walk in, don't know what they got. They almost always had what I wanted. Like it was pretty rare I walked out of Funko Land without what I wanted. I mean, it happened. You know, there was like some Squaresoft games I had to ask a few times, but normally they just like turned around, pulled out a drawer, pulled out the game, and it's been on my shelf ever since. It was just what a time to be into, you know, 1 to 2 generations old of games.
I think I may have paid $120 for mine, which is still like at the time that was the most I'd paid for a game. But that was before we started the channel.
Yeah.
I mean, just the car only. How much does the car only go for now?
Oh,
like
gosh.
600.
I don't even really pay attention anymore. Let me see. Price charting.
Remember to go for it.
Loose, $327.
Yeah, so I mean, feel like I got a decent deal. I mean, it wasn't decent at the time, but I'm happy I got it when I got it.
But well,
Did this say Pokey is in you? Or Pokey join you?
Pokey joins you.
Okay.
Yes, he's not in you. I never really understood the whole pokey thing and how he, ends up working for Gigas or like the actual plot of this game never made a lot.
It's nonsense, and it's nonsense in the third one, except for it has a bit more of a I don't know, it connects a bit better in the third one.
I mean, we're probably stabbing the hearts of people right now, saying the plot is nonsense. I mean, surface level, it certainly feels like nonsense.
Okay, let's see how it goes when I fight somebody here.
I think it's more about the writing than the actual story. Is that the game's music I hear in the background? I feel like I hear voices.
You might hear that. No, you hear Monty freaking out at whatever he's playing upstairs.
Oh, that's picking up that much?
He's he's going nuts up there.
I mean, you say whatever he's playing, it's Fortnite, right?
He might be playing Minecraft. Okay, so I almost died. So let's see what we got here. How do I save? Do I got to do it in the?
You have to talk to Dad.
Okay.
I think. Oh, there was notification that Scott Snyder's been a member for 57 months. Thank you. Saying good evening and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I owned this game but sold it with a lot of other stuff to help fund my wedding.
Something you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
All right, let's see what you got.
Yeah, I remember seeing the big box
Hyper NES?
Kmart, and just kind of being just drawn to it just because of the size of the box, but yeah.
How about instead of doing...
Never really looked into it at the time. I just was like, ooh, big box.
There's one that says gain at least one level after each battle.
Oh, that sounds good.
It does sound good. I'm gonna see if I'll turn off those other ones.
Right, yeah. I could conflict.
Let's see if this goes any better here. But I'm almost dead.
So you were saying there was something about turn off random encounters. I don't remember random encounters. I mean, are there random encounters in addition to the
I don't
enemies that are just wandering or roaming around?
Cool decision.
Oh, Mr. Sensible says talk to Mom for health restore.
Okay. I just want to see if I gain a level here and what that even does for me. I mean, the beginning of this is pretty tough.
Yeah, I remember having to power up a fair bit before taking on that first boss, who I think is the guy in the arcade, if I remember correctly. It was always really nice, though, in this where
I only got 3 experience points.
But then, did you get a level?
It didn't say I leveled up.
Uh-oh. I mean, I wonder if you save and then reboot the game with the cheat on.
Yeah. Let's do that. Why don't you have some beans?
Why don't you have some beans?
It's got to be all in caps. Let me save the game.
Pokey loves beans.
Jeez.
But there was $5 from Mega X6. Thank you. Saying, I completed this game and EarthBound Beginnings for the first time a few years ago. Really enjoyed them. I need to play EarthBound Beginnings as well. And Mother 3 as well. I've only played EarthBound and only one time. And like I said, the actual act of beating it took place several years later. Because I just didn't really know what to do about the. It went green. Wait, I thought when it was green, that was like when you. I guess that was just back attack. But I thought green was when you like instantly killed them.
Yeah, it's not.
Uh-oh. You thought using the Mr. Cheats was going to make it easy. You might have had the opposite effect.
This enemy 1 can be killed in one hit. I could kill enemies in one hit.
I mean, okay, but they could potentially, if you don't level up, they could potentially kill you in one hit too.
Yeah. Infinite bread rolls. Infinite large pizzas.
Wow, okay. In the chat, they're saying your level is much higher and enemies will avoid you and run away. Your stats do not reflect your current level, so the battle still proceeds.
Okay, so should I
That's
just
why
like...
the enemies are running away.
Let me reset. I will, I'm going to start a new game. Using it. It's all we got to do, right? I thought I was being smart with it, but...
Well, we've now learned.
Yes.
So wait, what cheat do you have on now?
We'll do the peanut this time. I just have to gain one level per...
Okay. Yeah, okay, that sounds fun. I'm
just going to do all caps this time, because it's stupid that way.
I like the peanut one because it makes me think of the default Super Game Boy palette. I think it looks kind of awesome.
What do we call Jeff?
I think it was just JFFF.
Jeg. It was Jeg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like just, but whatever. Mr. Bianc says, when it comes to Mr. Cheats, I typically have better luck with the genie codes. It is. Oh, is that like? Is there a
this is a genie code.
How can you tell?
It says that once it starts to scroll. It says it like in.
So what's the difference?
Brackets.
Like, is there like a technical difference between how they?
I don't know.
Mess with the code. I think the only cheat he's using
is to gain one level per battle.
Gain one level per battle.
All right. Sorry to be wasting everybody's time with this.
We have learned. I do like the name Koala.
Yeah, Koala.
Koala.
The year is 19XX.
So it's kind of funny. I had completely forgotten this was a pledge game for you from 2023 that remains unplayed for you, but I played Psychonauts this week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, it's got a great scenario, great writing. It's ugly and plays pretty badly though.
But even on the Series X version?
I play it on Series X.
I bet it looks a little bit better on a CRT.
It probably looks a little better on a CRT. The character models are just really hideous, I think. Like, I don't love that style of character design that much to begin with, but after I beat the game, I immediately started Psychonauts 2. I mean, it's just incredible. I am completely enthralled by it. It is amazing. And I
just astronomically better, like right off the bat.
Astronomically better from like every dimension.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that Psychonauts 1 has that's kind of neat that the second game doesn't is there's like a few levels in the first game that kind of show like Tim Schafer's adventure game roots, I would say. Where like you have to equip certain items to get a certain effect, or manipulate the scene in a way through use of not just like powers but also items. And there's not really a mechanism in the second game for that kind of design, so it's much more like heavily leans into being a platformer, like a pure platformer, without like as much of the adventure game elements. But I think it's a better game for it, because I don't think Double Fine was really ready to make like a more action-oriented game when they made Psychonauts 1.
Right. Because that was before they had really not done anything. That's
right. Like they hadn't, I think it was their first, I'm pretty sure it was their first game. And Tim Schafer, and I don't know about like the other people, but he's like coming from this, adventure game world, right? But Chico Mike points out the levitation ball is completely nerfed and not fun in Psychonauts 2. They did tighten up certain mechanics, and I agree. The levitation ball is. I absolutely see where you're coming from. I absolutely see where you're coming from with that. But the I'm trying to think how to put it. Like I agree, like not being able to like do the crazy high jumps, but like I feel like most levels in Psychonauts, like the biggest problem with the first game, I think, is that Raz has this big wind up on his jump, which like the animation looks good, but it feels very sticky. And just in general, like the platforming just feels a little flighty, and you just don't feel like you make super solid contact with the ground. So it can be pretty annoying a lot of the time. However, like they're also very forgiving. Like, you don't really have to worry about that much in terms of like, they're not going to, most of the time they don't put you too far back when you die. And if you run out of lives, then they kick you out of the mine, but you still just like go back in. I will say though, that long section in the real world toward the end of the game that was very platformer heavy. I actually loved that part. It was like very kind of scary and tense. And the platforming, the platforming was like in some ways a little tighter there, but also like tense in a good way. Like you really didn't want to fall. I really liked that part actually. But like the last like mind section I thought was really terrible. But anyway.
All right, here we go.
But yeah, the levitation ball, like they definitely like tightened it up a lot more to, obviously with the intent of, you know, they wanted to rein in the design, which I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from because I often make the argument that, you know, I feel 3D platformers got a little too reined in after Super Mario 64.
You won, come on. Level 2.
And, you know, so it's a bit hypocritical of me to like say that some of the platforming was a little too freeform.
I went up one level, but I was going to go up one level anyways. So let me just see if it's going to happen again here.
Okay. But anyway, like, but just like the polish is just like through the roof in comparison. And like, I don't even like hate the like character designs nearly as much. Like, yeah, I think the new character designs, they definitely kind of reined in their use of just like strange shapes and like weird color gradients a lot more to where the characters just looked less gross.
I did not gain a level.
Uh-oh.
Well, no. It didn't work.
Well, I guess you just go for it.
I'm going to save my game and then I will try to try a different one. I'm going to just try something that puts my attack at 255.
Sure.
I'm going to gain a level here anyway.
I thought you were supposed to take the dog with you. Can you?
Can I?
I don't know.
Let's go. Okay, the dog
We got a hot tip in here to search any trash cans for free items.
Why don't you have some beans? I get them beans. Thinking about those beans all the time. Get all messy with those beans.
I'm sure I said, you know, in my playthrough of this, you know, when asked what's your favorite thing, I'm sure I said video games or something like that. And there's this place in Psychonauts 2 where you can read this list that's like super obviously like Kickstarter donor entries. And like, you know, it has all these names and it's like a repository of brains. And it has like it has like cause of death and it's like half of them are video games. So you can tell that it's just like this is donor submitted or supporter submitted info.
I'm gonna see what this does here.
Did it say NES offense raw?
Yeah, offense is 0 when I turn that on.
Uh-oh. Maybe that's maximum.
Maximum.
Well, I mean...
Oh, it says
maybe
33 out of 0. If I go max HP.
Okay, well, just see what happens. Like, maybe it's not, maybe it's not actually bad.
Yeah. I just want to make him invincible. Everyone else, I don't care about everybody else.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not going to get a party member for a while anyway.
it's like killed them in one hit.
Oh no!
It's okay.
Oh no! Oh man! EarthBound, the unhackable game.
Apparently. Let's just see what happens here. If I put it...
So what does raw mean?
I don't know. Oh, so here, look at I just like chose it. Now I can... Now it just like says level 99.
Oh, okay.
So let's see what this does.
But
does it mean anything?
I mean, maybe.
It doesn't mean anything.
No? What?
I would then like bust it now.
Rears is saying, doesn't this game have an anti-piracy that gets really mean? That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. Like you can progress like a certain ways into the game, and then you get to a point where something happens, if I remember. It detects that you're using a game copier device. It makes the enemies super hard, and if you make it to the end of the game, it crashes. Wow.
If I say infinite health, let's see what this does.
My Japanese cart of this has some level 99 files on it. I don't know like if Game Genie equivalent devices were a thing in Japan. But I wonder if those were like achieved naturally or not.
Come on. Please I just need one to work here.
Ninsen Dubois says they were not. So I don't know if like Japanese law made it so that Nintendo could pretty much like ensure.
It says infinite health. I wonder if it makes it so that
really
I dodge every attack.
Dodge every attack?
Yeah.
Might not work for magic though.
Oh, it's working. I think. I'm not. I took 4 points of damage, and my health is not going down.
Oh,
finally.
So wait, what code did you use?
Infinite health.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay.
We can do that. It only took us an hour to get to this point. To get a code that works, right? What can you do?
Oh man, it's kind of fun.
So let me ask you a question. When was the last time you watched The Crow City of Angels, which is the second movie?
Oh, I've only ever watched the first Crow, but I actually rewatched the first Crow last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first one is like timeless. I feel like.
Well, I mean, I know it's one of your favorite movies of all time. Yeah.
So I was so excited for the second one to come out, right? And it was so disappointing that I was never able to bring myself to watch it again.
Yeah.
And I saw that it was on. I wanted to come out. It probably came out in like 1998, 97, or 98. It was on Pluto.tv.
Oh,
yes.
That's your excuse for everything.
I know, but I'm like, you know what? I wonder if this is as bad as
you remember.
As I remembered, right?
Yeah, and
it is like way worse than I even remembered. In so many ways.
In a funny way?
It's like, well, it's only funny in that they thought that they made a movie that should have been released in theaters. It feels like a very, very bad like made for TV movie. Will you look up when that came out? I feel like it was like 98, I'm guessing. Because I think the first one was 94. I bet it was 96, actually.
Have you seen the remake from was that
I have not. See, Dallas Patrick is saying Crow City of Angels is so off the rails. It's so bad that I seriously could not believe it when I was watching it.
Yeah,
and I remember
City of Angels is 96.
Okay.
Stairway to Heaven is 98. So they were all.
I think Stairway to Heaven was the show. It was like a TV show.
Oh. Totally.
And there was like Crow Salvation, I think, was the. That's like the Edward.
And that was 2000. So everything was 2 years apart, including the TV show.
It is like, I mean, I was absolutely in awe, just like how bad it is.
Wow.
Like the guy who is like the Crow.
The Crow video game is.
Well, there's a Crow City of Angels game, but I've never played it. Well, I mean, I think that it was, that original one, it just like it could not be done better. How bad can it be? It's pretty bad. If you have Pluto TV, you can probably find it on there.
I'm going to look. I'm curious how much the Saturn version of the Crow City of Angels is. I'm just curious.
Buzz now joins. Oh, the bee joins you, right? Doesn't the bee like disappear and then? Oh, you kill it, don't you? Like smack it and kill it.
I don't know. I thought isn't Buzz like some divine being or something?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is. Have you ever tried to search for something on price charting and it just brings up like a bunch of Pokemon cards?
No, I didn't realize that the price charting was doing Pokemon cards.
It's frustrating when that happens.
Mr. Dawes, I love Pluto TV. If I don't have a specific thing to watch, I will default to it every single time. Because chances are you're going to at least find something that you can just put on in the background. It's a fantastic thing to watch, like when you're about to like go to sleep. It's great. It's great.
But anyway, if you want a complete copy of the Crow City of Angels for the Sega Saturn, you're looking at about $159.
Oh.
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 Oh. What was the? Let's see if I can find what the PS1 version is. Ooh, you can get quite a discount on PS1. It's only $100.
That's so weird. I guarantee you that it sucks, but I will admit that I'm slightly fascinated. I bet it's better than the movie. I will bet you that it is.
Graded copies of the Crow City of Angels. Graded it sold for $432.
Jeez.
Can you imagine? Is it
like I think it's like a beat 'em up, right?
Well, the cover says 3D fighting with a vengeance.
Oh. Wouldn't it be really funny if that you like literally couldn't die in the game?
That would be funny.
Like that's just like, oh, well, you wanted a Crow game.
Yeah.
And you're just like invincible.
I mean, that's how Wario Land 2 is. Wario Land 2 and 3. Can't die.
A mess.
That's almost how you are in Kirby's Epic Yarn. What if the Crow City of Angels game was just like the inspiration for Kirby's Epic Yarn? Because you couldn't die.
Where in Sam Hill have you boys been? Will you look at the origins of the of Sam Hill?
Sam Hill?
For the longest time, I thought it was Sam Hell. Where the Sam Hell you been?
Let's see. Origin of Sam Hill. Oh, this has a Wikipedia entry.
Oh.
It is based on I mean, it's just a sub in for, you know, a swear.
Okay.
Or other, you know, euphemisms, you know. But I'm trying to figure out. A possible origin for the phrase Sam Hill is the surveyor Samuel W. Hill, 1819 to 1889, associated with the Keweenaw Peninsula area. Hill allegedly used such foul language that his name became a euphemism for swear words.
It's interesting that they would put that in this, then.
Well, I don't think. I mean, I don't
awesome
know.
Item.
I mean, I don't think they thought that deeply about localizations at the time, like in terms of like, you know, would this slang term actually make any sense in a fantasy world? But like, I think you're basically supposed to take this game world as being like a sort of version of America.
Yeah.
Like, I you know, Mother superfans, correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say, that it's supposed to be based on America, even in Japan, right? Like, I
assume so. Yeah.
I think it is supposed to be. You know, it's called Eagle Land, isn't it?
Yes.
Dingus Glore says, I think it was Itoi's idea of America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A hyperbole of American life.
I like that the fly there is like you're in a very intelligent young man. I know that you can do this. I'm also invincible.
Oh yeah, Tengai Makio 4, like, doesn't it start off in like the like Louisiana and like the 18 or early 1900s or something like that? John showed me the beginning of that game when I was at his house.
Do I get the first melody here? I think that said that we got to get it here.
Isn't it in like a cave? Like, don't you go like caves?
Like
you get like the main things. But I want to say you have to like beat up some like mobster at the arcade or something. Is my memory.
Giant Bomb, they like bought it back.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they like bought Giant Bomb. Like they're. You heard that they got. But not really shut down, but they all quit.
That they were sold to like a.
Well, Fandom like owned them apparently before, but then they tried to like make them like make only like PG-13 content, or like just I don't know, tried to just like not let them do anything, and so they basically like all quit. But then they were able to, like, they bought it back yesterday. They announced that they were able to buy it from that.
Yes, they did yesterday?
Well, they announced it yesterday, yeah.
I see. That's good.
So they're completely independent now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great for them. It's kind of interesting that this whole like overworld is just continuous, and doesn't go to like any external view or anything. Oh, there's the arcade.
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously there's like caves and stuff connecting different areas, but you're right. Like everywhere you go in the game, it's very Pokemon-like in that way, actually. Or maybe I should say Pokemon is EarthBound-like, because it's also kind of a vaguely modern world, right?
Yeah.
I apologize. I missed a. I saw it, but. I was like, I will get right back to that after I finish talking, and I didn't. There was a $5 super chat from Mitch B, who which is a name I recognize, but it says in parentheses Junker HQ. I was not aware you are associated with Junker HQ, if that's what that means. Cool, if so. Saying Itoi was a famous sitcom actor before making Mother/EarthBound. The English equivalent is if John Stamos made an RPG, but it was good.
That's an interesting way to put it, but yeah.
I actually didn't know that Itoi was an actor. I've always heard him referred to as a copywriter. Like, I've always heard, like, his main gig is just, like, coming up with, like snappy sort of branding phrases and stuff like that. Like, just kind of being just a clever writer. Like, if you need something really clever written, like, you you call up Shigesato Itoi. Like, you might call up Tim Rogers if you want something really clever written, except it wouldn't probably be as concise as you as you would need it to be. But it would be clever. It would be funny. I mean, I would love to see. I mean, obviously, Tim Rogers translated Moon. Like, I think like a Tim Rogers EarthBound-esque game would be kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Like he designed himself. That would be pretty funny.
So, did I tell you about how like I've been having like elbow pains since like for a while actually, since I worked on that one shoot when I video shoot when I had to use that big red camera.
Really? That kind of initiated. Interesting.
Yeah, so there was a point where I had to hold it in place without any kind of rig for like I don't know, for like 45 minutes or so.
Interesting.
Anyways, I thought I was just like sore from it.
Right.
And it just like it didn't go away. And like last Monday I went to the doctor because they hadn't gone away. And it's tennis elbow.
Oh.
So I have to do like these.
Which means what exactly?
It's just like a pain in your elbow. It won't go away. You just do like some like physical like these. I don't know, just like these like very simple moves, like on your like like lift with your wrist and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it will eventually just go away.
Interesting.
Such a weird thing, and like I thought that maybe it just I don't know, like I just held it in place, and like maybe it was just like something happened when I don't know, just put too much pressure on it for too long.
Right.
Just a weird
definitely
thing.
When you do like unpracticed things with your fingers and wrists and elbows, it can definitely like kind of leave a little bit of a lingering nerve weirdness. But usually it goes away. Like I remember it used to always happen with the handheld Mario Kart games. Like something about the way that you use the shoulder buttons on those handheld systems so much, like that would like give me like weird like wrist and kind of like palm like nerve tingliness like for like a week or so, and then it wouldn't be a problem anymore.
Yeah.
Like it was just like that was like making me hold something like with my hands and wrists in a way that I typically don't. Speaking of Mario Kart DS, Joe released his Nintendo DS video today, which I loaned him my capture modded original DS. So he could capture all that. I thought he did a fantastic job with how he presented all of the footage.
I only watched the first 2 games of it.
I
did really appreciate that he did the Macho Nacho spinning console.
I noticed that, yeah.
And it's like the thing is like I always thought it was some complex thing. Oh, but when Tito explained it to it when I asked him about it, he's like, "Oh, you just."
He told us it's a secret, but he told us anyway. Don't say exactly how he does it.
But it's just on a spinner, and then he rotates that.
It just
spins it around, then keys it out.
There's a finesse to it, but yeah, it was very macho nacho.
It's very it's surprisingly simple to do when you know how to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was fun. I mean, he's done a really good job in it with how he he like did a post effect for the LCD. I asked him how he did it. He said it was a post effect.
Oh, so he did the grid afterwards?
Except for Nintendogs. Nintendogs, he said he captured a few games like using RetroTink grid effects. Because like what he did was, because the output is USB, you have to use software on a Windows PC. But he cropped and RetroTinked that to scale it up. And he initially
all of his footage after the fact.
Well, he initially used like RetroTink, like grid or LCD overlays, and that is what Nintendogs is in the video. And I did notice when I saw that, I thought, oh, this looks different. Like the grid looks a little less even. And he said, he said he had recorded some and then like decided how I was going to do it, and he re-recorded some things, but he didn't re-record Nintendogs. So like I looked up close at it, and it's like kind of this like, it's almost like a dot kind of thing. It's an interesting effect, but like from a distance, it really does a good job of capturing that screen door effect.
Right.
And also I noticed it scales really well the way he did it. Like it looks good like when it's like small, when it's big, when he does like an active zoom. Some of the games are scaled a little differently because some are like book style, some he moved like the screens closer or further apart depending on the gap between the screens and the game.
Yeah.
So he did a lot of really interesting stuff. I thought, I told him you've officially done more with that mod than I ever have.
I didn't realize you got it done on your original system.
I honestly forgot about it.
Yeah.
It was the Loopy kit. The old Loopy kit. I believe I originally got it because I think it was I think it was the Game Boy and GBA RGB-200 video, and I believe it was before the GBA Consolizer came out. So I wanted to show like what digital GBA would look like, and that was like one of the few ways I could do that with something that could be considered original hardware. So I think that's why I got it. And I honestly like kind of forgot about it, but obviously Joe remembered because he was like, hey, do you still have that original DS mod? I'm like, oh yeah. I just thought like, I was telling him, I think that screen door effect just really sold it. And like, it made me feel nostalgic for DS in a way I never have.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was, I definitely noticed it. I thought it looked very good, but I thought it was like part of the mod.
No. Oh, no. I mean, it's very, I mean, remember it's capture. It's just capture only, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty rudimentary.
I might have one in like the 3DS.
Yeah. Well, and I have that as well, of course. Do you know if yours is the Katsukity, the Japanese one that
I assume so,
or is it the Loopy? I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember. I don't know. I bought it off of Carcinogen.
Right.
Never really. Never really used it. When was the last time you kind of went through your old portables and like checked out the batteries in them?
I mean, I kind of like have like I've got well for one, all of my PSPs have the batteries removed.
Right.
And I've got a kind of a covered basket with charging wires run into the back with like all of my with my 2 Vitas and all of my Nintendo rechargeables. When like their charging cables around to the back, and like when it pops in my head, or I'm like getting something out, like I just kind of rearrange the charging cables. Like I've got like for example, the original DS and the GBA-SP use the same charger. And so like if I open up that basket for some reason, I'll just like move the charger cable from the GBA-SP to the DS, for instance, or I'll swap which Vita is on the charging dock. Like I just kind of, I don't know if that's the thing to do, but that's what I do. I mean, it's honestly though, I think especially like GBA-SP and Game Boy Micro, like those batteries are like insanely good. I actually realized when I realized not long ago, I mean, some years ago, like, but not that many years ago, like, and within the past, like 4+ years, I had never charged my Game Boy Micro. and it still worked.
Yeah. And it had like a charge in it, right?
Right. Well, I bought it. I bought it new. I mostly bought it because you could still buy them new at some point. I like mostly whenever I got it. I got the Famicom one. It was the correct price. I got the Famicom styled one, for a fair price, new. When you could still relatively easily get them, and I mostly just got it because I had every other Nintendo handhelds, like some version of every other Nintendo handheld up to that point. And I was like, well, I can't break my streak. I gotta have some version of the Game Boy Micro. Don't get me wrong, I think it's cool, but I just didn't really have any intent to seriously use it. But anyway, I got it, was like, okay, that's neat. And then, when we started doing the show, I, had occasional need for footage of it. And I would do that. And then when I was like kind of making this like charging, when I was like, okay, I need to make just like a charging area for like old Game Boys and old DSs. Like, where am I going to set that up? And I was like, I was looking at the Game Boy Micro's charger, and I'm like, what is that port? I don't recognize that port.
They have so many variations of like very similar looking ports.
Well, yeah, but it's
like
also
slightly
interesting because
like the Micro is like slightly thinner than what would be like in the DS.
Well, and
the Wii U is like slightly bigger than what's on the DS.
Yeah, and they would have
or 3DS. Rather.
They would have charging ports that straddle generations, like the GBA SP to the DS, and then they changed it again for the DS Lite, and I think DSi uses the same charger as the first 3DS, and I can't remember if the later 3DSs use the same charger as the first 3DS. I can't remember. They had so many, but they're usually at least 2 models of something share a charger, right? Usually. But the GBA or the Game Boy Micro is different. And I was like, what is this? I don't recognize it. Where is this charger? Where is it? I looked all over for it. And when I finally found it, it like, it had like the twist tie around it. Like, clearly never taken off. Like, it was, I'd never used it. I'd never charged it. And it just kept working. Like some things, and I don't know what the difference is, but some things just just drain. Like even if they're like off, like not like on standby or anything, they are off. But they will be dead if you just let them sit there a long time. And but Game Boy Micro and GBA SP, like they don't. I mean, I guess like I don't know if like the internal clock is what's draining the battery on some of these other things. I would think that there would be like a separate like coin cell battery or something keeping charge, or a capacitor or something charging the clock. I don't know how they work. I mean, I remember back in the day, I was so annoyed at the PSP because every time I turned it on, I was like, what day is it?
Yeah.
Like every time.
Alright, I'm trying to get to the Mayor Perkle.
Oh.
You know, in retrospect, like the translation in this is very inspired. I wonder if the Japanese version is as quirky. I'm sure it's like
I'm sure it is, because I mean, like I said, Itoi is a writer first and foremost. Like, and I think it's the same thing with like Yuji Horii.
Yeah.
I think Dragon Quest and Mother are both like very, they are known for their quirky writing, and I think with this, I think they tried to carry, sort of the fun spirit. I mean, I think Nintendo was definitely ahead of the curve in terms of translation quality, but I don't know if this was like in-house Nintendo of America. Like, did they have the full capability to do that at the time? Well, I mean, I think they did with some, like people like Dan Osen. I know he did Ocarina of Time, and I believe he also did Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. So they definitely had some in-house ability at this time, but it was still, I'm sure, ramping up. I mean, I'm sure it's obviously a much more massive scale today. But anyway, Neil Von Holtum was asking, would you buy a lesser expensive Switch 2 if it was console only, no portable option? I think I would, actually. I think I would be happy to start off with like a no portable option Switch 2, and then like get like an OLED model years later. I think I'd be fine with that. I've got plenty of Switch games to entertain me for, travel for forever. I could always bring the analog pocket if I want to like play Game Boy or something, I think I would almost certainly do that if it were an option.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that there was a Cohibadot has been a member for 20 months.
Oh, how did I miss that?
Keto for a period of time does wonders for chronic inflammation problems like tendonitis, etc. I accept all major insurance. Well, thank you.
I did see that one actually, and then I think you started talking about something. I was trying to seek into that, and then you got me sidetracked. That's all.
It's interesting though. Like after I mean, I could try that, but I'm gonna, I'll do these exercises for a while, and I already feel like it's kind of starting to go away a little bit more than it has been. Yeah. So that's good. That's good. A good feeling. But I had to. I went to the doctor for that on Monday, and I had to go to the dentist. I had 3 little fillings I had to get.
Oh wow!
I don't know.
Is it still the?
No. So that's the thing.
Dentist, that guy.
No, so I had to go to somebody else because. Hang on, let me go to this here.
Oh, like he wouldn't accept your wife's insurance or something?
No, it doesn't accept mine. Like so many places are not taking this insurance, Delta Dental, because they have like such poor rates or something like that, and like slowly different businesses, at least around here, have been like not taking Delta because there's apparently like really, really crappy to the providers. And I see like Chris Waters saying I have Delta Dental. So they're like the biggest dental insurance company, and they obviously like push that around a lot, and they just like really are screwing over a lot of these dental offices with like bad rates or whatever. And so, you know, like I get it. I get that, you know, like they'll never get Delta Dental to like change this unless all these places stop taking their insurance. You know what I mean? Like it's like the whole thing where they have to make a decision. Oh, we're gonna stand up and like fight this together because it's, you know, it's hurting us, or they have to like they don't really have a choice. But it just sucks for people like myself who has it and who has no real choice about what dental insurance options I have.
Yeah.
So PokePress, I'm playing with infinite HP because I don't want to have to like grind that much.
Coury just wanted to play very casually and like hopefully make more progress, but it took us an hour before we could find a combination of cheats that worked.
But yeah,
that was all part of the amusement, though.
It's yeah, like Dingus, that's the same way. Like I don't have any choice, so there's nothing I can do. But I understand that that these businesses have to make a stand, or else they'll just keep on getting screwed by it. It just sucks that the people, like, you know, like the people that have the insurance are basically screwed because of it, you know?
Yeah. Well, like I for instance, like can't find a dermatologist like outside the healthcare system that my regular doctor is part of. Like they don't really have like much of a dermatology department, and like you know, my family is fair skinned with moles. You know, we try to, you know, have you know, regular dermatology exams and whatnot. And like there used to be some dermatologists I could go to, like, you know, just other dermatologists I could go to, and I can't find one anymore that will take my current insurance.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's
but anyway, so you got three. Like, how did it come to be that there was three fillings at once?
They're all like real small.
Yeah.
So it's just weird because one of them was like behind like one of my front teeth.
Huh.
But it was weird though. Like I had never had to get like Novocaine like in the front like that, and it was like painful after the fact. It felt really? Like I got like punched in the nose.
Wow. I was so afraid to get, because they always, you know, as a kid they always gave me the laughing gas.
Yeah, and they don't I mean you can. But
I was so terrified of like
the needles,
of getting my first like shot in the mouth. I thought it was gonna be so awful.
And it like really the actual like getting it doesn't hurt. It's like the liquid going in that hurts.
No, it's never hurt. What my well, not my current dentist, but the dentist before, what he did was he like grabs your lip and like does it. He just like shakes your lip for a while.
Yeah.
and like that just kind of like does a little bit of numbing.
Really, it doesn't like put like stuff on it.
Like, huh?
Doesn't like put like a numbing agent before doing the Novocaine.
You know, I think that's how my current dentist does it. But no, my previous thing, he just like shook your lip for a little while, and then like.
And was it your previous dentist because he retired? That sounds like an old way to do it.
An old way to do it. Yeah, he did retire. He sold the practice to my current dentist.
Okay, yeah. So I mean that makes sense.
But yeah, you're right though. It does sound like that's just how the old
He's like put a little whiskey on it or something, some bourbon on it, right? Well, you know, like that's like the old way, like with like a teething baby, right?
Sure.
Is you put like, that's like the old way to do it was to like put like whiskey on their gums. I never did it, obviously, but I mean, it's just like it was like the thing.
And then you put the needle, and like it worked though. It did work. Like it was funny, but it worked.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've ever had. The funniest thing though, the last filling that I got maybe 2 years ago, I hadn't had one in a long time. I don't remember which side it was on, but you know, I go home and you know my mouth is still feeling pretty numb. And like, you know, I take a big swig of water and like the side of my lips that's numb just like opens up and the water just all just like comes out onto the carpet.
Yeah.
Cause like I didn't realize I didn't have like full muscle control. Like I felt like I did.
Are you talking about like with the gas?
No. Like this was a shot.
Oh, okay.
Like a numbing shot. Last time I got feeling like 2 years ago. And like, you know, the numbness was fading. And when I come home, I just take a big swig of water and the water just gushes out the side of my mouth and onto the floor that's numb.
Yeah.
And like I never realized like that I just didn't have like full like muscle control. Like I felt that it was numb, but I didn't realize like I wasn't capable of like holding my mouth fully shut on that side.
Yeah. You know, back in the day, it you know, like obviously he's a horrible person and extremely problematic now. But back in the day, my brother and I used to laugh so much about the Bill Cosby dentist stand-up bit that he would do, where it's like he couldn't talk after he got it. He's like it's like it feels like his lip is on the floor. He's like, my lip is on the floor. We thought it was so funny when we were young. But I remember getting the gas as a kid, and like I hated it, but it always made me feel like I was like, it felt like my body was being twisted, like it was like you were wringing out a towel. Like the bottom half of my body, like if I was like still, the bottom half of my body was just like spinning in place. You know, just like winding up.
What?
When I got like the gas, the numbing gas, like as a kid.
You felt that way?
Yeah, I made like the bottom half of my body feel like it was like spinning, or like it felt like my body was being like wrung out. Like my top half of my body was spinning, like rotating in one place in one way and the other.
No, I just remember feeling like I was floating.
Oh yeah, nothing like that.
I just remember it felt like I was like
taking me
floating.
so long to kill these guys because I'm just using these. I'm using like the cracked bat.
Oh, and This was a bit further up, but I thought this was funny. It made me wonder if you had any familiarity with it. I don't. From B Sharp saying, yesterday I learned my toddler likes watching a Netflix show called Coury Carlson.
I've heard of that. People have said that before to me.
And it takes so much brain power to not call him Coury Carlson when I was asking him what he wanted to watch. You want to watch Coury Carlson? Coury Carlson. Let me look up what Coury Carlson is. Coury Carlson. Oh, it's Go Coury Carlson.
Oh, Go.
He's a car.
Oh.
Coury Carlson is a car. Go Coury Carlson, known as Toot Coury Carlson in the United Kingdom and Australia. Toot Coury Carlson is an American CGI animated children's television
series. Why do we
series.
only have $1 still? Do you not get money from...
Huh?
Do you not get money from fights in this, or only from your dad when you call your dad?
Oh yeah, maybe your dad. Like, I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, you've unquestionably broken this game. Rear says money is from dad. Anyway, Go Coury Carlson is based on the Go Smart Wheels line of toy vehicles manufactured by VTech.
Okay, I need to go to an ATM.
Coury Carlson.
Am I almost done with this area? I'm wondering if I should head back out before I go to the ATM. Okay, all your money goes to your bank account. All right.
Now let's see what the other characters on Go Coury Carlson are named.
All right.
You've got Mama Carson, Papa Carson, Chrissy Carson, Freddie Firetruck, Hallie Copter, Timmy O'Toole, Kimmy O'Toole, Franny Fenderson, Ms. Motors, Dr. Ethel Wiperglass. I like that one.
It's a very I don't know. Like they put a lot of thought into that one.
Yeah, Dr. Ethel Wiperglass. I mean, that feels like a doctor name. It really does. DJ Train Tracks. Eileen Ice Cream Truck, and Chief.
Say, boy, what's up there, Chief? Hey, what's up there, Chief? Yeah, is the podcast episode not out? We recorded it last Friday. Not this past Friday, but the Friday before. I don't know why. It should be. I guess it's not out yet. I will inquire about it. I mean, we recorded it last week.
What are these things? Are these?
They look like almost like slugs, kind of, but not.
What do they say? Black Antoid?
Yeah, Black Antoid. Yeah, I guess it's not out yet. I'll ask him about it tomorrow. And if he hasn't edited it, then I will try to do it.
You're being asked if you've unlocked a psi attack yet.
Yes, I have definitely unlocked plenty of psi attacks here, I think.
I'm wondering if the implication is that one of your psi attacks might be more efficient. I mean, do you have infinite PP?
I don't know, man. It's that's what
I mean, it's never stopped my whole life. It keeps coming, I always have, more to come eventually. I mean, that's what they call it.
I know.
I mean,
I do. I mean, this
game's got pee and poo. What can you do about it?
Exactly.
It's just how it is. Look at that. Look at that climbing animation.
Yeah, there's an infinite PP right there. My mind is in the gutter.
Oh man, I kind of love this. Like the way that background almost makes it look like 3D. Like the way it's got the two layers there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, look at my PP. I got 999 PP.
No.
I got PP for days here. Don't say that.
Don't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great point. Man, 3DS ports of these games would look really cool with 3D backgrounds.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that was a missed opportunity.
Oh.
Especially considering these games.
I think that this is was on the Virtual Console on the 3DS.
Maybe, but
it's not. I know that it's not.
Yeah, I mean, they did that cool thing early on. I don't really know how these were done, if they were partial emulation or full on ports, but they had the
It's the same. It says that I'm trying to use the PP, but it's not. It's saying that I don't have enough PP.
That is, I mean, factually incorrect.
I've got PP is broken. I've got my PP is broken.
I mean, you know what? It took us so long to get your cheating game here functional, and now you try to take it you took it for granted, and you try to take it one step forward, and
I've got a lot of PP. No idea how to use it. Apparently, PP is more than just a number. I did it. That's not much PP. It's how you use it. That's right.
B Sharp says Ness used PK toilet, but he didn't have enough PP.
Yeah, and Jerron needs on some PP here.
Oh my gosh, this was like right at the beginning of the game, so I feel like it's okay to like spoil this minor detail. But like one of the first mines you go into in Psychonauts 2 is like a hospital, and there's like a nurse whose head is like a urine sample cup. It's interesting. But yeah, you know, there were those NES ports on 3DS, right? They had like the 3D backgrounds and stuff. They're very similar to the M2 Genesis games, right? Like, it would have been very cool if they did something like that for this game. Because, you know, this game could honestly use... It could have used something like a 3DS port, to be honest, because, you know, like, the Super Nintendo version's, like, it's kind of, like, not... It's definitely not, like, the most technically smooth game on the system, you know? It's, like, the scrolling is kind of janky, right?
Right.
Oh, we've got KS Hickey Jr. with a $2 super chat saying, look up EarthBound MSU1 Hip Hop Journey.
Oh. Okay. See if I can use... Okay, so it works now. Yeah, there was a few of those Nintendo classics. The Kid Icarus one. I bought the Kid Icarus one.
Yeah, I've got the Kirby one. I think the Excite Bike one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have any others. I might have Kid Icarus. I don't think so, though. I mean, the Kirby one is very good.
Yeah, I think I bought that one, too.
I'm really curious how those are made. Because they play pretty authentically.
Yeah. Is this the right way? Oh. He's like, you get your butt to the police station later. Come on by. When you get a chance. Alright, I need to find a... Can I save my game at an ATM, or do I gotta find a phone?
I thought you had to use a phone. I don't remember.
Is there payphone?
Shooter was asking why is PP so high this early in the game. Coury is goofing off with Mr. Cheats.
Yeah.
Because we're just goofing off for fun. It's not like he needs to beat this game. He beat this game a long time ago, so it's fine to cheat.
It's, it's Mother's Day, I figured.
But the funny thing is, the cheats seem to break things more than fix things. And in this case, the game seems to think he has no PP. I mean, I'm just saying it. How else do you want me to put it?
Yeah.
The psychic points or whatever.
I mean, it's just... Yeah. It's Raffini.
Oh, B Sharp, we were not responsible for making Joe's DS video look so good. I loaned him my DS with the capture mod, but all it does is output a stream to a Windows computer, and he used a RetroTink to kind of crop it and size it up, but then he used an editing filter to get that kind of screen door overlay. So we did nothing. It was all him making it look good. I just loaned the hardware to do it. He has definitely done much more impressive things with that mod in that video than I've ever done with it. So I definitely found it to be inspiring. It makes me want to try doing something with it again. It's unfortunately not a proper video out mod though. So it's going to have lag on the screen and stuff like that.
So what was his process again? Where he recorded the footage and then he ran it through.
Well, I don't know what his final process was exactly, because I don't know. Like, did he fully scale it up with the RetroTink, or did he have a few profiles depending on how the game was sized up, or did he do all that in editing? I don't actually know. I think he just had the capture window set to display 1-to-1 sizing on his desktop, and then I think he used the RetroTink to crop down to the actual size of the window from the output of his computer.
Oh, interesting.
He had it cropped to that window, that 1-to-1 window size, and then sized it in the RetroTink.
Interesting.
But then how he did the overlay, I don't really know. Oh, he already sent the system back. However, he liked it, so he actually got the Loopy 3DS kit, which can do obviously if you just hold the start button when you boot up DS games on 3DS, it will launch them in 1-to-1 sizing, so he could still do that. Speaking of which, I was actually, this crossed my mind earlier today. I wonder if there's any possibility that holding start or plus, as it is now, when you boot up a Switch 1 game on Switch 2, I wonder if that could potentially do anything. If they kind of how when you isn't there one other system that does that in addition to? Well, no, it's virtual console games and original DS.
Oh, does it do
games.
that with VC? I mean, I just remember it for the regular.
I think it does. And I'm trying to think if there was something else Nintendo did at some point where if you hold, or no, is it on Wii U when you load up VC games?
I don't remember.
No, because I think you can change those settings within the app itself, or within when the game is running.
Where's the police station?
Anyway, I think it would be interesting, if potentially Switch 1 games, I'm just curious, will they have one scaling mode for them if you boot them normally, or an alternate scaling mode when you hold start potentially?
I don't know. I feel like there's so little we know about the.
We know very little about backwards. Well, we know very little about backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
The only thing we know much of anything about are the games that are actually getting, updates, native updates. Although I don't know if the free updates, the ones that Mario Odyssey and Link's Awakening and Echoes of Wisdom are getting. I don't know if those updates are going to make them native Switch 2 games, or are they going to be still running in some kind of backwards compatibility mode with enhancements, similar to how certain PS4 games are like PS5 aware, and you can get 60 frames per second out of them and stuff like that. Why are you fighting the cops?
Because I have to prove that I can go to Tucson.
Why is it so scary to go to Tucson?
I don't know. I gotta fight 5 of his best men.
But I do wonder. I believe it is assumed. I don't think we know for sure, but I believe it's assumed that when you play a Switch 1 game in handheld mode on the Switch 2, it will be using handheld mode parameters. So even though it's like a 1080p screen and like a docked game might have a 1080p mode, I'm still assuming we will be using the handheld mode, which would be targeting 720p or potentially less. So I'm curious. I'm really curious. Like that's something I want. Like I do think something I want. And I should make start making a list of things. I should start making a list of things that I think would be interesting to look at. Like I want to make I have a desire at least to make a video that's like a combination of like retro gaming answers to retro gaming related questions and answers to just like backwards compatibility related things.
Right.
Like things related to playing games from prior generations, including the immediately preceding generation on Switch 2. I think that would be fun. Oh, I think there's almost no way that USB external storage will work in docked mode. I don't think they would do that, unfortunately.
I've never grown a full beard. I mean, it's been close sometimes, but I mean, I just feel like really letting it grow into a full beard is not something I'm not interested in that. I'd rather, like about a week of stubble is good for me. I think
that's your style.
That's my style.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider stubble my style, but it is how I am most of the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I never do like a full on smooth shave. I can't even tell you last time I did like a full on smooth shave.
I mean that I do shave.
It's been like literal years.
Yeah, I do shave smooth, but I don't shave again for usually like 2 weeks. Just out of laziness.
I cut all my hair at the same time, usually like a week to a week and a half at the most. Like I will probably cut my hair on Tuesday.
Oh, we've got another string of emotes, emoji, super chat from Matthew. Thank you. Always fun to figure these out. Just waiting on my flippy drive for my GameCube. Guess I'm in the get delayed forever patch. Got a good hiking backpack for the summer though, and a pull-up / dip bar for cheap. I don't know what pull-up dip bar is. Is it?
Oh, you got like I was thinking about getting one of those like the bar you can kind of like. Are you talking like you can like lay it at an angle to do like pull-ups and stuff? And I've seen those before.
You mean like diagonal?
Yeah, you can stand it up, or you can like have it be
doable.
diagonal. You can do like regular pull-ups on it, or diagonal. I don't know. I mean, that's something like I'm for sure interested in myself.
I mean, I don't know. That might hurt your elbow.
Well, now, yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I tried to do a pull-up, but I never could do it in, from elementary to high school.
Mm-hmm.
Never could do it. I can't remember if there's like a difference between like hands this way or hands the other way, or if only one is considered correct. I can't remember. Never could do it though. There was a $5 super chat from Enchilada. Thank you, as always. Saying, an interesting choice for a game. I figured out more Final Fantasy VII so Sephiroth can go visit his mom. I mean, that is mostly his goal. Beat Expedition 33, a very 10 out of 10 game. Nice.
I'm still in Act 2. I didn't really play any games all week, to be honest. If anybody here has kids, you know that May is insane with like because like school's ending. Like my kids are done with school like in a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I didn't like really play anything, and I'll tell you, like I've been going to bed between like 9 and 10 at night. It's been kind of great. I don't know, like I'm just kind of like in a weird zone. I've been doing like a like trying to lose some weight. Lost like 12 pounds. And just trying to, I know I talked about it last week, feel better in a depressing world. Just to do what I can to feel better about it in life. And I just didn't play any games.
Well, I'm hoping that there might be a chance I'll have time to do Expedition 33 before Switch 2. I don't know though. Because I think I'm getting nearish the end of Psychonauts 2, and I am not going to get like invested in anything else until I get a video out. Like the only thing that I'm going to play after I finish Psychonauts 2, because I just got way too hooked on it. The only thing I'm going to play after that until I get a video done is Viva Pinata.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't touched that in a month or two. But like, well, that and obviously, stream games. We're going to start Driver tomorrow.
Oh, nice. It's going to take you the entire night to make it through the tutorial.
I know. We're going to see. We decide for both of us to save the tutorial for the stream.
And I had mentioned that I was doing that the artist way thing, and it's going pretty good. I'll tell you, it is like real weird just like sitting down and writing 3 full pages. It's like 3 full pages, like front and back, like each day. And I've enjoyed it. It's interesting because you find yourself like elaborating and like getting into detail on things because you got to fill up that amount of room on a page.
So I actually bought that book because I was just curious about
oh, nice,
talking about it. Yeah, so I haven't read like the real first lesson or week or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea what that is even going to be. But I was just curious. So I read like the introductory parts.
Yeah. You gotta get a notebook for your morning pages, right?
Well, what I
that looks like Mr.
So
T.
I haven't like started it for real, but just for the sake of it, I started doing the writing of it, right? And the first day I tried, I guess it was Tuesday. The first day I tried it, like I did do it by hand, and it, like, you know, we were talking about like doing things that your wrists and fingers aren't used to. It was killing me.
Yeah,
like,
it hurts, right? Like because you're not used to doing that.
No. So I was like, I don't think I can stick with this if I'm doing it by hand.
Oh, see, I feel like you'll get stronger. Your hands will get stronger over time.
Yeah, but I like the idea.
I feel like that's part of it. Is like you're like what I found is it's like kind of slowing me down, and I'm like I'm saying each word like in my mind as I'm writing it.
Well, here's what I did: is I actually I installed Linux on that laptop you gave me. And
yeah, okay.
And I'm just writing on that.
Okay.
And I've enjoyed. I mean, it's still like writing in a place that's like different from where I would usually write anyway, right? So like I feel like it's still kind of effective and like just kind of being writing in a different kind of environment. You know?
Yeah.
So I've just been like doing that on that laptop, like sitting on my bed. But like that's what I want to do with that laptop anyway, is like I can't really imagine doing anything on it other than like writing or like potentially like storing video files on, like if I'm traveling or something.
Like, okay, so the one you got from me, you put Linux in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you how do you get rid of like the? Is that like an addition to the window?
I because it automatically installed Windows when I turned it on. And to be honest, it was real slow. Like I think that kind of happens with Windows on older laptops because they like bloated up like beyond the specs that the laptop was originally designed for, right?
Yeah.
There was just like so much going on in Windows. It was lagging pretty hard, actually, even with that fresh install. That's
weird. I mean, I know it was like I'm trying to find a hospital. So I can get.
But it was very easy. I actually instead of fresh Linux install on my downstairs computer because I wanted to use the same because Drum switched to Linux. Like at some point last year. Like he's still doing some things in Windows, but is like mostly using Linux now. And he came up with a script to make downloading our backloggery archives a lot easier. And it needed to run in Linux. And I had done a different Linux distribution that Gannyman had recommended because he's all in on Linux too. And I liked it, but I just hadn't really used it a lot. And so I thought, well, you know, it might be easy, you know, if I wanted to use Linux a little more, like it, you know, it would probably be helpful for it to be the same one Drum uses because he could help me with it sometimes. So he designed that on his Linux setup. So, but I was going to be doing the downloading of the videos. So he gave me the script, and I used it on Linux there. So I actually already had like an installation SD card prepared for it.
Right.
So I just used that again. And it went completely perfectly. So I'm using Linux Mint right now. I was using Pop OS for a little bit there. But I mean, I've don't get me wrong, I've not done anything extensive with either. But you know, seems pretty nice for a beginner. I mean, I've experimented off and on with Linux for, you know, probably 15 plus years. You know, every once in a while I'm like, oh, you know, I would like to use that more. Mm-hmm. But then there's always something. It's usually Adobe. It's like I just can't do without. There's, you know, if I ever could learn DaVinci Resolve, which is quite challenging.
Yeah, I'm doing a work project in Resolve right now, and it's like real slow going.
It's hard. Like, I mean, to be fair, I've really not tried that hard, but it is just so unlike what I'm used to.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's similar in a lot of ways, but I feel like there's not, like, buttons for certain things. You have to, like, know the shortcut. Like, there's no easy way to get to certain things.
Stellar says, glad I stopped using Adobe. DaVinci Resolve works great on Linux. So I was wondering about that because, you know, I would love to be all in on Linux and forget about Adobe, like, if I could.
Yeah.
If I could. But I thought I read that, like, DaVinci only really worked well on, like, a specific distro, or it was only really built for a specific distro, and even then there were problems. So I read uncertain information about how well DaVinci Resolve works on Linux. So I was a little unsure. Like, hopefully that's a thing that in time would be great anyway. But, and the other concern is just, you know, like capture card compatibility and stuff like that. Like, one of my capture cards that not the one I use most of the time, but I do rely on it a lot. Like, it doesn't officially have Linux drivers. And I ran into some issues with OBS just not having certain settings that I expect to be there in Windows. Like, for some reason, OBS, just like, there were certain things in OBS I'm like, why is this not here? This is there on Windows and I kind of need this setting. So there's always something that kind of, you know, puts a damper on my Linux ambitions. But for a laptop that I intend to do nothing on but write and potentially store and review video footage, like, Linux is perfect for that. Perfect. I mean, there's zero downside to using Linux for that, and it would run way better.
I'm just giving everybody $200 willy-nilly. Broken machine in there. That's cool that you're gonna try that book. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's.
I mean, I just thought it'd be. I thought there's no harm in seeing how it makes me feel.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see. Maybe I'll read the first, like, actual chapter tomorrow.
Yeah, and it gives you things to do, like, at the end, like things that, like, ideas to like of things to write about, and they need to be like separate than from your morning pages stuff. And also you got to think about your artist dates. I found a pretty good list of like artist date suggestions online. I did my first one. I went to just went to a movie by myself. I went to see the movie Sinners. You've heard about that?
I heard that's good.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it.
Yeah, it was very good. It's just cool. It's like shot in a real wide aspect ratio, which like
like wider than like
no, just like a 2:3:5, like a very cinematic.
Right.
And like the it's kind of it's like a smaller movie, but the aspect ratio like makes it seem bigger. And I was like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to like do a whole video in like a wider aspect ratio like that. Just for fun,
Yeah, well, I mean, would you letterbox it, or would you actually like have would you actually
I don't know.
edit?
I mean, that's exactly the thing. Like, I don't know.
I don't even know how that works.
Yeah, I'd have to find like a lens that is like a wider lens.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
We have that one lens, but that's gonna give you a bit of a fisheye, like on close-ups and stuff. I feel like.
Right. Yeah. I don't I don't know. People were talking about like the GTA 6 trailer was like cinematic aspect ratio.
Yes. Yeah.
We've still never seen gameplay of it, but
well, I mean, some of that stuff is from gameplay, apparently.
That's hard to imagine. It sure doesn't look it.
Yeah. Huh.
That arm hair, though. Like when you actually see stuff like arm hair in a game trailer, like, and you're like, your mind is just immediately like, wow, like that really is like, you don't think about that as something that games are missing. But then when you see it, you realize like, oh, video games don't do that.
Yeah. All right, where's Paul at? Where's Koala at?
Mr. Duke Drum and I watched Long Legs a few months ago. I don't really remember what his thought was. I think it was similar to mine, where it didn't care for it as much as I'd hoped to.
There is like something flying around in here. I'm hearing it flying into something.
There was another emoji laden
something flying around in here. I'm just letting you know that I might need to.
Okay.
I may have to snack something.
Well, at least Sandy's not there. She hates flies. They make her very upset. Well, I will read while you are concerned with this. I will read this additional super chat from Matthew with the emoji that I will attempt to.
It's probably a stink bug. That's exactly what it is. And like stink bugs are they're super clumsy too.
Anyway,
I don't want to kill it.
Matthew says, I believe this is a response to what we were wondering about that bar thing. Yeah, it's a freestanding bar setup with grips for pull-ups and dips. Can hang laundry on it too.
Yeah.
How
I always see that about like different exercise machines. Like, oh, that's a good one to put to hang your laundry on.
Anyway, this brave fencer, meaning Matthew, likes calisthenics over weights. Tennis and hiking are fun to me too. And again from Matthew, Raw Danger and Shinobi 3 over GTA 6 all day, every day. I mean, I'm with you there. How
much could a banana be? $5? $5 banana.
I mean, it's a
Better than
bunch,
$10, but
it's a bunch of bananas. Like, I mean, you know, your economies of scale. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I can't really judge GTA, because I've played so little GTA. You know, I goofed around a little bit in like GTA 3, like, you know, my friends had it back in the day, but it just like the themes of GTA just like aren't that interesting to me personally.
yeah,
But
I mean, it's just like showcasing like the worst people in society.
And you know, the open world cities are like my least favorite kind of open world. Like open, like modern cities, like a modern open world city is just not very interesting to me. I really did like Red Dead Redemption though. I've still not played 2, but I liked RDR1 a lot. So, you know, there could be something in Rockstar Games for me. Like I am curious to give a GTA game a go, like just play through mainline the story, but city open worlds are just not interesting to me, but it sure looks impressive. I mean, Camarocho is fine, and it's so constrained. And also, like, Japanese cities are vastly more appealing than American cities. You know, what can I say? I grew up in the burbs, and I'm, you know, cities are overwhelming to me in real life. Like, I find them to be very stressful to navigate and figure out how to do. So, you know, it's not an environment I enjoy in real life, but like Japanese cities have like a completely different vibe. So, you know, Camarocho is fun because it feels like a bit of tourism. It feels like a bit of escapism. Whereas like American cities, it's like, well, I have to deal with these in real life more often.
So it's going to make me confused every time, isn't it?
Rad Jago says, you know what's stressful? Driving around suburban drivers. Well, I mean, I don't doubt it, because I feel very self-conscious when I'm driving in more crowded areas and being a little more hesitant, a little more unsure about what I'm doing, where I'm going, how I should turn and stuff. Whereas people that live that city environment or work there every day, like they are very used to it. They're, you know, they know what they're doing, they know where they're going, and I get it. They're frustrated by people who are a little more hesitant. And that does make me feel self-conscious. Like I feel even more anxiety because of that.
Funny thing is, like, I just feel like that sound's like slowly working its way towards me. And it's inevitably, whatever the bug is that's in here is inevitably going to like fall on me.
Oh, you're not saying in the city, you're saying the streets and the suburbs. Man, I don't know. I'm used to it. But there can definitely be every once in a while, people driving inappropriately fast in the neighborhood streets. What was the mushroom on your head mean?
It's the confusion mushroom. And it like it rotates my controller every once in a while. And it's gonna drive me nuts. You need to go to the hospital to get it taken care of.
Well, isn't it right there?
Yes, I mean it's just taking me a while to get to it. It's like the thing is like your direction, it changes. It's not like it's only reverse. It slowly changes.
Oh gosh.
If it was reverse, I could deal with that.
Yeah, you could literally just rotate the controller. Sometimes I do that when games do that.
But the mushroom is great. It's so zany.
So was that a status effect from a battle or something else?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it doesn't happen to
Mushroom caused it. But I want to see if I can buy something.
Oh, look how the escalators are like the Japanese, like up and
It's
down.
like in here. It's working its way towards me. I just need to deal with it. It's gonna drive me crazy. It's just like I know it's in here and it's going to hit me. It's gonna hit
get
me
you.
and like fly into my mouth or something stupid.
Fly into your mouth.
I don't know. When I'm talking, it's gonna hit me. It's just you're watching it. You are.
The true horror movie. Have you ever seen? Gosh, I think it is. Is it called Host? Am I thinking of the right movie? Where it was like it's like I think it was shot like during the pandemic, and it's like you know, a Skype call or whatever with these people that are doing like they're doing like a seance over Skype. It was pretty good.
And something like it, like they actually like summon something.
Well, I won't spoil it, but it was pretty good. You know, I mean, it was, you know, it's all shot with like, you know, people using their webcams, right?
Yeah.
On a call like we're doing now.
What can I buy that like makes it so that I don't get the mushroom
Again? I don't know.
Oh, I bet it's in that park that everybody's selling stuff. So all you gotta do is just like walk back there every time you get stricken with that?
That stinks.
Yeah.
So where's Paula? Yeah, just avoid the mushroom enemies, I guess. She's in this town somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember where she is.
I think she's over here.
Or, excuse me. Koala.
In this cave, I think.
So I mean I watched like I don't know the first like 20 minutes or so when it was premiering, but how was that Tim Rogers?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I mean,
Yeah, I mean I'm not surprised.
It's like it's such an interesting thing because like I think 3 hours is like the sweet spot. 6 hours is funny and interesting, but 9 hours, almost 10 hours is just like I think it's just too much.
Yeah,
it's just too much, especially when a lot of it is just kind of narrating what's happening in the game. I just found it real hard to.
Clever. It's clever, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a huge commitment to like doing that.
Yeah. I mean, the Boku no Natsu Yasumi, it was like telling this like personal story that was strangely compelling, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So that's kind of different, but.
I mean, I appreciate it. Like, I'm not gonna knock it. Like, just for me, I just felt like it was.
Yeah.
It was like almost 10 hours was just like it's just too much. I mean, that's like a. It's like a season of television.
I like the fact that it exists more than I want to watch it.
Yes, I did do some voices, and I recorded stuff for it years ago.
Have you ever like definitively
I
heard
no, but I mean, there's a lot of little things in it. Like I watched the first hour or so, and he takes like a lot of stuff where there's like like the crowd is saying something, and I wonder if any of the stuff that is in the video is my sound bites. But there's like a ton of people that recorded it. That was kind of like my first time ever being at a game development studio. It's like the Soho, the one that's like in Soho in New York, in New York City, and it was like after Red Dead Redemption 1 was out, and this was like the one that came out after it. But who's like the sound guy for GTA? Laszlo or whatever, is that?
I don't know.
But he was the guy who was like directing me to say this stuff.
Oh really? Oh, so he's like.
Was it like Laszlo? What's like who's like the sound guy? Like does he have like
GTA
what's his
sound
real
guy
name?
was a known name.
But he was the one saying like, "Oh, say this thing. Now do it this way." It is like it's but there's like another. He produced the radio segments. Yeah, I mean that's I'm pretty sure that's who it was. That was, or if he had like a different name he went by. How do I destroy the pencil-shaped statue?
For some weird reason, a pencil-shaped statue is blocking the path. That is weird.
I gotta go back to town now. Okay.
Wait, really? Did you have to see that to trigger something before going back to town? That's a little annoying if so, because like there's no obvious clue that would trigger a change in town. Yeah, plot flags. Like that's I gotta be honest, that's not an ideal way to do event triggers.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to go back to town for your next thing, they should have some clue there that, or something happening, something that would like clue you in on that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you should be able to get what you need first. It's not great design.
Oh, Apple Kid finished their invention. It's gonna be a thing that gets rid of the pencil statues, right? I mean, is 3 considered to be like the most people's favorites though?
I wonder.
At this point,
like there's definitely, there's definitely always, I think, a element of we didn't get it, so it's amazing, that kind of fuels the fervor for certain games. For sure. And then when you do get it, then you kind of get a clearer idea of how people really feel about it.
Although 2 is a favorite.
It does seem amazing, though. I mean, just like I've unfortunately, all I've got is just a Japanese cartridge. But I've looked at the beginning of the game, and it does have great vibes at the beginning. Like I remember just that music and just like that area where you start off in was pretty amazing.
It's close now. It might be on top of my light over here. Show yourself.
I bought for the first time in my adult life a fly swatter last year.
A what?
A fly swatter.
Oh. Well, I'm just like,
I used it just yesterday.
If
I like it's, I don't know, it's like it's the funniest thing, because it's like I could have used one for years, but when I am out at a place where I could buy a fly swatter, like it's just not the first thing on my mind, like, oh yeah, I should get a fly swatter.
Yeah. And then anytime when you don't have it, you like really wish you did have it.
I know, but it's just like the kind of thing that's like I just never thought to buy, and I finally was like, oh, I should get a fly swatter. But yeah, it definitely got more on my mind because just Sandy doesn't like them.
Yeah.
I gotta protect my doggy. It's her and them.
It's like it's got to be right there. It's like that. Like it's so close now, and it's making a loud enough noise that it just scared me. I don't know where it is, but it scared me.
When you say a noise, is it because it's bumping into stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I find that it's always ladybugs. Like whatever, I can never remember what season is ladybug season, but there's like a certain time of year where ladybugs get into the house, and they are always bumping into like the ceiling lights. They're just like constantly like, I'll just hear like a little tick. It'll just be like, tick, 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 tick. Bumping into it.
What are you waiting for? Huh? Do my I Know What You Did Last Summer impression.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, well. There was a point where I was probably going to try and let it live, but now I feel like it's got to die. And all the while, like, I just hear this music. It's like this real calming music.
I mean, I feel like you could make a amusing yet uncompelling short film about you, like, trying to find a bug in your house with just the Tucson music playing
Yes.
the whole time. And it could totally go viral. That would be very funny. I still often think about that stream that I don't know, it could still be there for all I know on Twitch, where it had these like English language learning videos that were really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like Oblivion music and the Oblivion font for the subtitles, and that was all they did to it. That was all they did, was put a Oblivion font for subtitles and Oblivion music in the background. You know, to this guy, you know, going through very stilted language in everyday scenarios. And it made it so strangely compelling and hilarious. Oh, there is $2 super chat from Matthew saying, please recast Coury, all actors in
4 actors.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I mean, like, who was it? It was
Well, don't say anything that's going to spoil like anything, because I haven't seen it.
That movie came out in like 1997. I feel like it's kind of open, especially since there's like a new one coming out.
Well, just, you know.
Well, I'm trying to think of like who the 4 main actors were. It was like Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr. Was Sarah Michelle Gellar in the first one, I think. And I don't remember who the 4th one was.
Zane's dad says, I know what you did 20 summers ago.
Yeah.
What was I doing 20 summers ago? Let's think about that. 2005. That was...
No, I mean, it came out when I was in college. The first one came out, because then there was a sequel. There was I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
20 summers
I think there's
ago.
a 3rd one, but that one was like straight to... I found it. It's right here. Landed right on... Here you go. There you go. I got it. It like landed
You
right
got
next
it.
to my paper towel. Right here.
Well, what was it?
It's a stink bug. You can see it in there. I got it in my paper towel.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna dispose of it, and I'll be right back.
All right.
Thanks for making this
So yeah, 20 summers ago, I was between junior and senior years in college, and my parents were moving from Delaware to Grand Rapids, Michigan, where they lived for a few years. And so we did our first like out west trip that year. Like our first, like, we went to, you know, a lot of the places that Coury went to last summer. You know, Yellowstone, stuff like that. It was awesome. My dog did get sick though. That was when she was kind of starting her decline at that time. So that wasn't great. It was a weird summer. because of the move and all that.
That little stinker.
That little stinker. Well, I'm glad we got closure on that
Yes.
subplot. I was like, for like sitcoms, don't they call it like the A plot and the B plot?
Yeah.
Something
I did
like
not kill
that.
it. I flicked it off into the night.
You flicked it off. You flipped it off.
I flicked it. It was like, well, I had it in the paper towel, and then I opened it up and I tried to get it, and it like, I was trying to get it to fall out of the paper towel. I was like, and it wouldn't let go, so I was like, boop, and it flung it off into the night, into the darkness. Whatever's gonna happen next, it's not up to me.
The name of the dog before Sandy was Brandy. Kind of intentionally stuck with a similar naming scheme. But that was a long time ago. Escargot Express.
That's cargo, my cargo.
Oh,
And the
sorry.
hamburger.
Dog named Brandy.
This does a pretty good job of making it feel like it's a connected world, though. Like it's almost open world.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, it's pretty darn similar to how Pokemon games are designed.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've never really played one.
No, didn't you play a good bit of Sword and Shield?
No, I mean, I just played like a first area or something like that.
Mm.
I tried to. Not a good bit.
Yeah, they're quite similar. Oh, that's right. Creatures was involved with this, weren't they? I've never really been clear who Creatures is. Like Game Freak is the main developer, right? But who is Creatures?
I don't know.
I forgot.
What's it like? Something called like the something ape at the beginning?
Yeah, Ape, whatever that is.
Whatever. Yeah. What is ape? Oh, creatures used to be called ape.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, but then what did they do on Pokemon? And are they anything now, or did they get absorbed by Game Freak? Like, what is Creatures and Game Freak? Like, I don't
know.
I mean, it makes sense, though, because Pokemon games are not the most, like, technically amazing. And neither is this.
No. Ape becomes
They usually make the
Creatures.
spin-off games? Okay.
creatures.
So, I guess they still exist, huh? Okay, Ape was Itoi's team. Creatures
They're
moved on
what?
to other games when Itoi started working more directly with Nintendo.
Oh.
Ape. I don't really know. I can't quite remember what he did, but people often talk about like Sakurai saved this game somehow.
Oh, interesting.
I think so. I'm right on that. Sakurai did. I think his game was in real trouble, and he did, something crazy to get it functioning again. Sorry, I didn't mean Sakurai. I meant Iwata.
Did something real crazy.
Yeah.
Became the president of Nintendo so he could save it.
Save EarthBound.
Not for real, but just imagine that.
He compressed the game so they could fit on the ROM chip the way they wanted.
For some weird reason. Wait. Oh, so it was like too big? Like it was like not gonna fit?
I guess I wonder if it was like bigger than any ROM chip that was available, or if it was just like, no, we are not paying for this size of ROM chip. You need to get down to this size. I don't know. Coury is playing on Mister, and he is using cheats just because he wanted to be able to not think.
Yeah.
And see if he.
I've beaten the game for legit in the past.
He's beaten it legit before, so he's just goofing off.
Yeah.
However, I think your 999 PP, actually, the game thinks you have no PP, right?
Well, no, I think it thinks that you have the exact amount of PP that you normally have. It just says, it's making it, it's making your PP look bigger than it actually is. It's all for show. I mean, that's what it's doing. It's like it's exactly the normal size underneath the extremely large showing, I guess.
Well, but as we have learned, the Game Genie codes or whatever,
it's very hit and miss.
Mr. Yes, they're mostly missed. They just they seem to either not function or like early on in the stream he was trying to just like start at level 15. Well, it started him with level 15, but his stats didn't reflect it. So it's going to take him like 10,000 experience to get to level 16.
And the game, you're gonna, and you're like, we're at the time when every enemy gives you 3 experience points.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like never going to increase your stats.
Yeah, and that's just to get the next level, and it won't even do anything then. It's like still gonna be for 4 HP.
It really is remarkable that Nintendo like stuck to their guns on like
not releasing 3.
Well,
it's actually pretty impressive. Like it's almost more impressive that they are just like, we're not going to release.
They're spiting everyone at this point.
Yeah.
Like you want it so bad, you screwed everyone's chances. But no, I'm like, if they went with naming the character in the English version Pooh. They went with your psychic points being PP. Like, it's kind of amazing that like, if someone asked the question of like, couldn't this be a problem?
They're like, nope.
They
absolutely not.
They just went for it.
Why would somebody do this? Almost like no one was paying attention. Yeah, probably to an extent. I really like to get Paula before the end of the stream, but we'll see how it goes. Friend.
Oh, another from Matthew saying world game destroyed twice. Definitely worth the EarthBound PP joke.
It's just sad that
which game had that trailer.
Just sad that the world had to get destroyed twice.
The world has been destroyed twice. That was like the opening line of some like. I think it was one of those Kimco RPG Maker RPGs. I think it was. Yeah, it was like the world has been destroyed twice.
What I think is so funny about this is that, like, the way the music is, like, you know, like the sign just says "happy, happy." I mean,
so is this?
It really.
Is this Threed? This isn't Threed, is it?
I don't think so.
What town is this? So Paula's in this town? I could have swore Paula was in Tucson. This is Happy Happy Village? Wow, I don't remember this at all.
Is Paula here or did I miss Paula? The insane cultist. Is Paula here?
Koala,
sorry, yeah.
Oh, the cult kidnapped her. I see. Oh,
but no, it like really feels like
asset management is telling you she's in the cabin. I would trust Foresight Asset Management to know everything about this game.
I mean, when I first played this, I remember like laying on my couch, and there's this part where you go through this. After you take the bus, you're in the middle of the desert, and there's like a shack that just says like drugs, and it's like, I feel like that sums up this entire game in a way, because it really feels like it very much feels like being on psychedelic drugs in a lot of ways. Like it just feels like weird. Like it's just, you know, it's like almost intentional. Like how can we make this? We want this game to make you feel like
it's got all these crazy battle backgrounds and stuff. What would you prefer if Phantasy Star 2 had these backgrounds versus the grid?
I don't know.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
This game was great for, you know, demonstrating like Super Nintendo smear and stuff because of all these bold outlines, and like Paula in particular with her like lipstick. Like that red really smeared on the, you know, the unmodified Super Nintendo. It's just.
Can I equip the?
Oh, the Franklin badge. That's an item in Smash Brothers. I honestly don't remember what it does, but I know it's in Smash Brothers. Happyism? I just remember being completely baffled by the meteoric rise of Pokey throughout this game.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. I don't understand why. And you know, I'm pretty sure Mother 3 has an equivalent character.
Yeah, yeah. I think isn't it like Newport City is like even a place?
Newport City, yeah. I mean, I only know that because of Smash Brothers.
I threw away the hamburger and took the cookie.
Would you do that in real life?
No.
What if it was a cookie the size of a hamburger?
I don't know. You know, we got one of those. You know how Subway has those foot-long cookies? No.
Yeah. Did you get one?
We got one of the foot-long Oreos, and it was atrocious.
Really?
Not worth it at all.
Wait, foot-long Oreo?
Yeah.
Like, is it actually like? I mean, is it actually like the same like?
No, it's like
material?
not even. It's like I don't know.
I'm going to look this up right now. Foot-long Oreo.
It's disappointing.
Oh. That looks weird. That definitely, like, it kind of looks like it's like Oreo cream
Slathered on it.
Oreo cookies crumbled on top of like a brownie.
Yeah.
Like, I could definitely see Subway like over baking that. Like that looks like the kind of thing that, like, you know, a place like Subway would be prone to over baking. It wouldn't be very good. I bet if
it's not good.
If it was baked just right, I bet it would be good. I don't know. I haven't been to. I mean, I actually like Subway.
Oh,
but
I do too.
I haven't been in a while
like
because
Subway.
I feel like the last two times or last several times I went,
I abandoned
like,
the croissant. From now on, when you like don't eat a portion of your meal or like a certain like a snack or something, you have to say I abandoned it because it says it said that that Mess abandoned the croissant. He abandoned the cookie. I'm gonna when I'm done and there's still some. I'm gonna abandon this burger. The rest of this burger.
When we turn off the stream, we're abandoning the stream.
Yes.
When we go to bed, we're abandoning the day.
Yeah, but it's specifically you got to say it about like food. You know, like I'm abandoning this pizza.
Yeah, so. But anyway, I like Subway, but I just feel like the last several times I went, like, I was shocked by how much money I spent.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, all fast food places are
recently.
super expensive now, unless you use their app. That's
Well, the Subway closest to me, like they like I get coupons in the mail for Subway, but the one closest to me, they're like, "Oh, we don't take coupons." I'm like, "What?"
They don't take what?
The Subway closest to me does not take coupons for some reason.
They don't take coupons
Like the
for
coupons
Subway
I get
coupons.
in the mail, the coupons I get in the mail, they just don't take them at my closest Subway.
Can they do that? Can they get away with that?
I mean, maybe it's like a different franchisee,
Probably.
franchiser, whichever way that goes. I don't know. leave the coupons there and say, I'm abandoning these coupons.
I'm about to abandon the foot-long cookie in the subway.
There was a 199 from Bruck saying, y'all never did a morph review. Why? We need it. I mean, basically because up to now, it's felt like an incomplete product.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem fair to review it when it was not a complete product. So we have both ordered the analog bridge.
And they should arrive this week.
I think they will.
Yeah,
so,
mine shipped at least.
Depending on how testing that out goes, I mean, I think we would do one.
Yeah, I think that people could probably count on something like that. I think that we should.
I started a RetroTink 4K CE video, but I kind of put it on the back burner since, like, for now, like, you can't order
in the US.
You can't order in the US, and I could finish that video, but I feel like the price is such an important part of that product. Like, that is the most important part of that product, is the price.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, without knowing if that price might have to be adjusted when they go back on sale in the US, like, I feel like I can't say to what extent, I can't convey to what extent this product is worth it versus the Pro.
Yeah.
I think it's a great product, by the way, but I've been using I played all of Lunar 2 through the CE.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's great, but and the limitations are, only for people with extremely specific use cases, I think. But without knowing what could happen to the price of either model, like, I just felt like I had to put that on the back burner. Of course, I don't really know what the situation going forward is going to be with like the morph and the analog bridge manufacturing and availability. I don't know if that I haven't looked closely enough to know what
everything is really up in the air, I think. I mean, like, everything, big and small, we have no idea what's going to happen with prices and availability, region specific aspects to it. I don't know.
According to Captain Swag, according to a news report in December 2023, Subway ordered all franchisees/stores to honor their coupons. So if your local store doesn't honor them, they might be in violation. Well, harumph! Harumph! I mean, that was a few months ago, so assuming that policy is still in place, they definitely are in violation. Harumph!
Is there a particular reason you decided to play Lunar using the CE? Is it just because of location and convenience?
Mainly because my so I've been using, like, the beta RetroTink 4K board downstairs, like it was like like many months before release board, and I started having problems with it. So
right.
So I switched to the CE and did not have problems with it.
The collector's edition.
Because I've been using, like, the retail RetroTink 4K CE with my, like, analog video setup.
Right.
And I was using the PS1 digital pre-scaled through the with CRT effects pre-scaled through the RetroTink 4K CE. And actually, it's funny because one of the first games I played in that same way, PS1 digital pre-scaled through the beta RetroTink 4K, was Lunar 1 in 2023. So it was kind of interesting. And, for the way that I was choosing to play it, the result was exactly the same on the CE. So it really didn't matter.
I feel like it's kind of crazy that there's like this blood on this thing.
Kind of just looks like dirt.
What?
It's orange.
Yeah, but
Mondo mole.
it's like on its claws and around its mouth.
It just looks like he's been digging in the trash to me.
It's red sweat.
Oh, this is rated T on the Virtual Console? The original release is KA, though, isn't it? I think, right?
I don't think it had a rating on it, did it?
It's not. Is it 95? It had to. Yeah. Man, there's a KA on that.
Oh.
Ages, gosh, how small. Ages 6+. Rated T for murder balls. Oh, Mr. Sensible says, I never tried find this guy without Paula. I guess you jumped the gun here.
I guess so, huh? That's what happens when you're invincible. You don't kill anything, they just become tame.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. You just beat up on it and then it's tame. That's not why Sandy is tame, though. We didn't have to beat up on Sandy to make her tame. No, Sandy was just always a nice dog. She's just always nice.
Look at the bear's face, though. It looks very funny.
Hmm?
The bear's face. He's like, oh, hi.
He looks so friendly.
Today when we were driving, it just like a weird memory popped in my head about like how my neighbor's sister was my babysitter when I was real little. And I remember us going someplace. I don't remember how this came up today.
Your neighbor's sister?
My neighbor's sister was growing up. My neighbor was my babysitter, right?
Well, you say your neighbor's sister, but your neighbor's sister was also your neighbor.
No, my neighbor, her sister didn't live there.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how it came up, but I was saying, like, you know, one time we went someplace and my mom gave me like $1 and we were driving down the street. Like, it's just kind of a long stretch and I had the window rolled down and I was holding the dollar out and it was like blowing in the wind. And it blew away. It blew out of my fingers. And I was just thinking about how we stopped the car and she circled around and drove back and we like we looked for that dollar for like an hour. Just like so much time. We spent so much time like looking for a single dollar.
Oh no.
I don't remember like
you and your
like
baby
this weird memory that I hadn't thought of in 35 years.
Were you like kind of rattled? Did you cry?
No.
What were you going to use the dollar for?
I don't know. I have no idea, but it's just funny that it's just like $1. Like, time is money, right?
That reminds me of how when I lived in Ohio, my pediatric dentist made an animal balloon for you when you left.
Uh-huh.
And I remember, you know, like very similar, like, you know, I had the window down and it just got out of my hands. I was so upset. And I asked my mom to turn around and
And she's like, absolutely
pretty
not.
sure we turned around and, you know, I got it, but it, you know, it was, of course, I mean, it was deflated. I was upset though, because I thought that was just the coolest thing that I got an animal balloon from my dentist, you know.
Yeah. After he's done like whipping your lip around for a little bit.
Well, that was a different dentist. that was still in you know the laughing gas days.
Yeah. Where do I find this car painter?
Let's see. Let's do the actual inflation
For $1.
Yeah. How much? What year would you say? Is this like?
Dude, this was probably 1983, probably.
$1983, 2025. I feel like a lot of these links look suspect. $1 in 1983. Oh, I can only do 2024, but close enough. $3.16. Can't do much with $3.16.
No.
Today.
Okay, big blue building. What?
Spent an hour looking for $1.
I know, right?
You never found it.
No.
I bet you someone did.
Well, I thought about that. It's like, I wonder if it was found or if it's just like been there ever since.
It just like got chopped up in a mower.
Yeah, probably more than anything else. Yeah. It was just funny to think about because I hadn't thought about it in so long.
Yeah, that's. 1 hour of Coury and his family's time is worth $1.16. That's your standard freelance wage these days, huh?
Come on. Why am I moving so slow? Or is the game just slowing down?
I don't remember this part.
Okay, it does. Okay, it chugs in this area. Too many characters on screen.
How do you get there? Blue. You strange unmasked fellow. How long is this game? It's not that long, right?
I bet it's like 25 hours at the most.
Yeah, that sounds probably. I mean, it doesn't have an in-game clock, to my recollection. But this was never something he was going to finish on stream.
No.
I mean, he's just playing it tonight for the fun of it. That's why he's using cheats.
Buy me. Do I use the Franklin badge during the fight too?
I don't know.
Okay, it does it automatically, I guess.
So I take it you could do this without it, which would, or I mean, maybe you can't succeed.
I feel like that beginning bit, but you die at the beginning.
Yeah.
Really...
Man, I feel like the gradient here is super trippy.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
The way it kind of like expands like quickly at first and then like slows down.
I'm glad that Eric in the chat is saying, I enjoy adding RPGs to the lineup, even though it's usually just stuff that we played before. But that's what makes it fun, I think.
I mean,
is that we don't have to feel like that we got to pay attention, because I wouldn't want to pay attention to an RPG in that way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a coincidence we've done a bunch of RPGs lately.
Yeah,
it was not really the intent. I felt bad about how that Paper Mario 1000-Year Door stream went, though, because I was just like, hey, I'm just going to stream wherever I'm at in this game currently, and it ended up I didn't remember that chapter. I think it was like chapter 6. I didn't remember that from the original version at all, and it was like that train chapter, and it was like the worst chapter to stream. Like there was very little combat. I kind of screwed up with that one, I think, but it was fun doing FF6. I mean, I think the most fun I've had streaming an RPG was Final Fantasy IV. It was just so fun to go from the beginning of the game, and by the end of the stream, Cecil was a paladin. Like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
That just shows what good pacing that game has. Like it's crazy good. Like I think good pacing. You know, and I don't necessarily mean it has to be fast pacing necessarily. I mean, you know, you often talk about how, like, especially with, like, I think streaming shows, you appreciate a slow burn sometimes.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And that can be good in game stories too, but you know, and you know, kind of a slow burn can be good pacing, but there has to be something interesting that's pulling your attention through. And I think I just think pacing, I think, is the most important part of a story. I think, like, just you want to be in a state of, like, oh man, what's going to happen? You know, you want to be thinking that, like, as much as possible, right?
Right.
At the end of the stream last week, Drum and I were just playing random PS1 games, and Mr. Do in the chat here suggested we stream the opening scene of Countdown Vampires. Are you familiar with this at all?
I'm familiar with the game, but I can't tell you, like, what happens in the opening scene.
Well, there's just, like, this, like, nightclub, and these like, people start, like, transforming and, like, into monsters, and things just go crazy. And there's just this one guy who's like, what is going to happen? I just, like, think it's so funny to think of this guy, like, in the middle of this situation, just being, like, on the edge of his seat. Like, what is going to happen? Well, I think that's the, you know, the best feeling you can have in a story is, like, you know, like, oh man, like, what's going to happen? Right? Like that's, you know, and I think that's where good pacing really pays off, because, you know, to me, like, good pacing is feeding you, like, just enough stuff to be like, oh man, what's happening next, or you know, you know, this is happening now, like, what is you know, just, and I feel like, you know, those early Final Fantasy, or especially like that, like, you know, 6 to 9 era, like, does such a good job of, like, you're always, like, working toward resolving something and then chasing down something else, and you don't ultimately spend that much time really having to you know, go from point to point. Like, it's always, like, coming at you with something new to, you know, be curious about next. Like, oh, like, okay, this is resolved, now there's this, now there's that.
I'm just trying to get to a place where I can save.
Yeah, well, at least we got to see the fruits of 2 of your names.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, we did see Nelly.
That's true.
Mess and Koala.
Oh, there is a... Okay, so they rebuilt that bridge.
Ah.
You hear that running water. Yeah, I'm using cheats, Alex Mula.
Yeah,
Just because I was, I beat the game legit years and years ago. I just wanted to see how far I could get in a stream without having to worry about dying.
That's why the character names are Mess and Koala.
Yeah. Oh, koala. It should be AU. I spelled it.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Well, you kind of did.
I don't know how to spell good. How? I messed it up.
May as well just nuke this save now.
Yeah. Just, chuck the mister in the toilet. In a full bathtub.
Yep. It's not worth saving now.
Yeah. My think don't brain right, that's right. This right here is what I got. This is like helps with my tennis elbow. Just like a little. It's a Nido, not Play-Doh. It's called Nido.
Like kneading dough.
Yeah, but this one's gumdrop shaped.
Mm.
But that's what I use, and it gets more pliable like the warmer it gets.
Mm. Oh wow! I had no idea it was 11.
I know. I just felt like it was important for me to get Paula at least.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree. Why does she have a teddy bear with her?
Because I think that just takes the place of someone dying. Because she might die early on.
Oh, so it's an item?
Yeah, I think that if she dies, like it takes a hit for her or something. And since like she's like 30 HP when you get her.
So that's an item you can just buy at any time?
I don't know. I think you there's only a certain amount of them in the game. But maybe not. Out of all the Mother games, Mother 3 easily has the best Mother. Yeah, I mean, it's... The Mother in Mother 3 is like a big part of the plot. What's her name? Hinata? Or something like that? Or Hinata? Please don't hit me with the...
Oh gosh. Yeah, you better smash that thing fast. Smash!
Hinawa, that's it.
Oh, did you get hit with the mushroom?
I don't think so. Nope, I'm fine. Almost there. Well, this was fun. I'm surprised I made it so far. I had no idea how far I'd get. And there's a lot of it that I don't even remember.
Yeah. But, you gotta give some props to how they named the main cities in this game.
Oh, yeah. It's
Onet, Tucson, Threed, Forsyth. Like, you'll never forget them, right?
Yeah, it's very funny the way that they managed to do that.
But, I mean, I feel like the way that they did that, like, you will literally never forget the names of the towns of this game, which is more than you can say for the names of towns in probably most RPGs. I mean, I remember a lot of the ones, and the ones that were very important to me when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But for a game that I played more like college time or like late high school, like I played this like late high school, and I want to say I beat it. Like I finally finished fighting the final boss after college.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a while.
And then you kind of feel like the impact of the ending is therefore lost, right?
Huh?
The impact of the ending is like therefore completely lost.
Very much. I remember like I was actually, because the ending like actually like has you travel like backwards through the world back home.
Right.
And I remember being quite shocked that I mean, it's not like I remembered my way around particularly well, but I was shocked that I made it back at all.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. That's fun.
Well, my lamp turned off automatically because it's that time of night.
It is. It's almost midnight. Well, thanks to everybody who hung out and everybody who donated. And I hope everyone has a great week. It was fun. Thanks for sticking around for the long haul and our slightly more potty-minded jokes tonight. Toilet humor.
Couldn't help it. I mean,
couldn't help it. It's right there.
The game just
it's right there.
Lended itself. I mean, you basically couldn't talk about the game without it.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, everyone have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Good night.